back grappling fans to PWA Wrestling. Being politely guided to the ring by Tommy Diamond is Max Atom. Announcer Mark Russell, referring to the foil plans earlier of Vanity Express, it was Tommy Diamond versus the Jester. Max Atom was originally supposed to be disguised as the Jester. The plans were foiled. The Angel of Death disguised himself as the Jester, picked up the win.
He was supposed to be fighting as the Jester. Now he's going to be fighting a Jester. Let's give it up for Phoenix's own Psycho!
Fans cheering the way for Psycho Steve. But there you may notice in the background there's a large masked individual. I'm not sure who he is, but he's been stalking Vanity Express for some time now. He looks to be a rather large, powerful individual. And speaking of power, here he is, the mindless powerhouse that is Psycho Steve. One of the favourites here in PWA. Psycho Steve having somewhat of a contest against one of our younger fans there. And you have to wonder whether this simple, mindless nature of Psycho Steve is a psychological ploy, or is he really just like that? Now you see the large masked individual stalking Tommy Diamond. And now to Mark Russell getting on the case of Max Atom. I don't think he's going to hear the end of that one in this match. It might be a factor. Referee asking to check Psycho Steve. We could be here for some time. I think you're fighting a losing battle here, ref. Oh dear. Referee gives up, calls for the bell. The bell sounds, we're underway. Fans firmly behind Psycho Steve. Firmly against Max Atom. Collar elbow type in the centre of the ring, and both men trying to size each other up. Max Atom has turned his back on the fans a while ago and sided with Vanity Express, tie up in the centre of the ring. And again trying to size each other up. I would suggest that Psycho Steve might just have the power advantage in this one. He's got that lower centre of gravity, tied up in the centre of the ring. Max Atom gets the knee into the midsection. Easily takes the wrist into a wrist lock. And trying to soften up the arm. And Psycho Steve powering up. He might have got himself in a worse position here. Over to the midsection. Into a wrist lock of his own. Well, I suppose I've underestimated Psycho Steve, as many other people, and Max Atom goes for the ropes. A very nice counter into the hammerlock. Psycho Steve is no slouch in the basic scientific wrestling, and there you see, reverses into a hammerlock of his own. You see Max Atom trying to go for the counter. Psycho Steve got it well scouted and trying to anticipate what move Max Atom's going to go for next. And Counters into the side headlock. Wrenching on the head of Psycho Steve. Max Atom might be wasting his time with this one.
Look at his face!
Psycho Steve trying to power up and reverses into a side headlock of his own. I do beg your pardon. And there you see Psycho Steve. He's wrenching towards the top of the head. He knows what he's doing in the ring. Max Atom counters into the full Nelson. I'm not sure if his fingers are locked. Psycho Steve with an unusual counter, but it worked. Reverses into a full Nelson of his own. Both competitors seem to be evenly matched in terms of wrestling holds, at least so far. Max Atom counters. I think he's trying to go for the armbar. No, he's back to the wrist lock. Max Atom trying to soften up the arm. Oh dear. Right hand stuns Max Atom. Psycho Steve, oh, there we go. Max Atom, boot to the midsection. Now he's trying to quicken up the pace, whip to the far side. A nice stiff left clothesline, I do beg your pardon. Max Atom follows up with another. Max Atom, the southpaw. This time a right clothesline. Max Atom managed to slow down Psycho Steve. Measures him. Goes for a nice leg drop. And another. If it's not broke, don't fix it. That's a very lax cover. You're not going to beat Psycho Steve that way. Nonetheless, Max Atom in control. Picking up Psycho Steve. What's he going to do here? Front face lock. Nope. He's going for it. Oh, that's a very nice high angle body slam. Again, another lax cover. Vanity Express has really brought out the arrogance in Max Atom. Max Atom keeping a slow, methodical pace. Whip Steve to the far side. Went for the flying head scissors, but he's made a mistake there, allowing Psycho Steve to get the armbar in. Again, that's the rookie in Max Atom. He'll sometimes go for these high risk maneuvers and telegraphs them. And speaking of telegraph, Psycho Steve went to drop on the arm. I believe he's damaged his own knee. That could work against him. Perhaps Max Atom has injured himself more than I thought when he telegraphed the flying head scissors. He's really favouring the arm. And he's got to stay on him, and second turnbuckle on the inside. Measuring Psycho Steve. A single missile drop kick. But again, Max Atom is really slowed down. Something's happened to him during this match. He's really had the advantage, but since he's telegraphed the flying head scissors, We're up to 8. Psycho Steve managing to get to his feet first. Here comes Max Atom. Forward roll into the shoulder block, into the corner. Whip to the opposing corner. Max Atom's really up. The wind's been taken out of his sail. Psycho Steve got the elbow up, and now Psycho Steve jumps and he goes for a flying tornado DDT. I didn't know Psycho Steve was capable of such a move, but really impressive. I believe he's measuring. Max Atom going for the elbow. A stiff elbow drop. Perhaps Psycho Steve is making a mistake here, giving Max Atom too much time to rest, but another elbow drop. And now Psycho Steve back in control. A nice textbook suplex. Again, I think Psycho Steve's making a mistake here. He's asking for too much approval from the fans. The atomic head drop. I think that's it, Psycho Steve, to be honest. Psycho Steve off the ropes, another head drop. Max Atom looks to be out of it. Second turnbuckle on the inside. Psycho Steve's taking far too much time here. There you see Max Atom liberating. Max Atom playing possum. He had that well scouted. Tommy Diamond tried to shake some life back into Max Atom. Referee initiating the count. Both individuals struggle back to their feet. Max Atom with the Irish whip into the corner. Max Atom is... Here he comes again with the forward roll shoulder block. Max Atom's really out of it. You don't want to give Psycho Steve too much time to recover. There he goes, Psycho Steve. Both men really telegraphed each other. And there you see the TKO. And gets the win. Very impressive from Max Atom, and a surprisingly clean win.
Max Atom.
Fans are none too happy that this traitor has won this contest. Perhaps Max Atom's redeemed himself with Tommy Diamond. And of course, Tommy Diamond can't resist rubbing some salt in the wound.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen. Your winner, Max Atom.
A number of the fans appreciate Max Atom's skills, but they certainly don't appreciate his attitude. A valiant effort on the part of Psycho Steve. We'll see you later, folks.